a bit of time. And then, yeah, the second gravel stage, obviously frustrated and want to, make up the time we lost and did the same thing again.
Surf's up, well, almost, as the rally heads into a series of 3 night stages starting with a 1.4 kilometers of tar through the streets of Jeffreys Bay. Surfing was put on the back burner as the beachgoers and holidaymakers lined the streets to see rallying firsthand and up close. Keen won all 3 stages held in the darkness, taking 3 seconds per stage out of Damso's lead, leaving the Toyota with a slender 1 second advantage. Johnny Gemmell held on to 3rd overall, but Fecken lost out to a charging Richard Bem in stage 9. It was a short-lived 4th for Bem, for he retired in the final service of the day with clutch failure. Wilken and Houghton are still nearly half a minute ahead of JP Damso and Kobus Frey. Let's join them in car now to see just how close they really get to their fans. Musso held on to the M3 lead, while the biggest loser of the day was Michael Houghton and Bryn Doherty, who incurred a 10-minute penalty for missing a signature on a time card, dropping the Pretoria youngster to 34th overnight. One very expensive autograph to miss. Saturday, and the drivers would face yet another uncompromising day in the VW Rally. Before dawn, the 35 survivors headed back to Longmore Forest with some unanswered questions, like why was Nicholas Ryan so far off the Class N4 pace?
A little bit uneasy for me. The car is just a little loose, and maybe my hands are a bit loose or my feet are a bit loose. The guys are taking some time of us at the moment, so it's trying to do a few changes on the car and maybe in my head also. But the tar stages are behind us now at least. It's time to get the gravel stages going and make the most of it until tomorrow.
Throngs of spectators braved the chilly winter weather as they made their way to the best spots in stage 11. The pace is about to hot up and the rally is about to be turned right on its head. Headlights blazing, Damso rocketed out of the starting block, setting a stunning time of 20 minutes and 34 seconds in the dawn light. Gemmell was left completely breathless in Damso's wake, 35 seconds adrift to take the second fastest time. The question was, could Keen match the flying Toyota? Let's join him now as he guides the BP Polo through the tree-lined road. In spite of a clean run, the answer is no. Damso is a stunning 48 seconds quicker than Keen over the 29.3 kilometer stage, or 1.6 seconds per K quicker. Can Keen fight back? In the Evo 8 war, Van Niekerk raced through the stage but only gained a second on Rueda. 5th and 6th places overall are separated by just 10 seconds, but Rueda's Lancer is losing water and the engine losing power. JP Damso and Kobus Frey have finally found their form, pulling back 15 seconds on the runaway A7 leader, while Jacques Botha and Greg Gericke are 7th quickest in their Bosel Subaru Impreza. And no, Fecken doesn't have a problem. His lead is big enough that he can back off to conserve the car on this rough, tough rally. Like his rugby namesake, Skalkberger limped through the stage after bending his wheel. He made it out only to retire in the next stage. With 7 retirements in this stage alone, we're down to 29 runners and a long way still to go. Craig Trott and John Costa now firmly in control of Class A6, the consistent Natalian heading to his 4th class win in a row. Second in Class A6 is Steve Wilkin and Brian Careyhill in their Toyota Conquest, this Natalian heading to his 2nd finish of the season. Wilkin pushing the Castrol Runx hard to match JP's time. Too hard, perhaps? As a very relaxed Damso and Paisley stopped for a 20-minute service, just how did he manage that scintillating time?
Yeah, we had a fantastic stage this morning, and every corner was perfect, and the car behaved so well, and you know the handle was so good, and the flow was there, and we just kept it going, and it worked.
And why was Enzo caught off guard?
Yeah, I got a wake-up call from my competition. I'm still not convinced what happened in that first stage. We had a clean run, and we had the outcome was a bit confusing. You know, we had no mistakes and no problems with the car. Lost 50 seconds. That puts us now 40 seconds behind Serge. So trying to fight back. Not many stages left. A bit of a ding-dong fight now. He'll be trying absolutely everything to maintain the lead. We'll be trying everything to take it away.
And here's the BP Polo of Jan Habig. But wait a minute, isn't he out of the rally?
A suspension bolt came loose and it eventually broke in a very rough patch. We got the car going again, but we'd lost a lot of time, and there was a lot of damage happening as we were driving, so we decided to rather retire the car. And we're now allowed to start the rally again today, and we're using today as a test session, and yeah, it's a valuable test session, I would say.
So how does a car come back into the event?
We call it the Super Rally, but it just allows competitors who've fallen out on day one to come back and not only enjoy rallying, but to test, to get stage mileage, and just to boost the field a bit. In our case, we're doing it, it's a Volkswagen Rally, so we want to have more Volkswagens in the field. But we also need to do testing. We're still a little bit down on testing time, so we're using the full advantage to do a lot of testing today.
The fans delighted to see Habig and Judd back in action, and will be back in action after this. Stage 12 of the 05 Volkswagen Rally. Another punishing rock-strewn 18.8 kilometers of the Longmore Forest. Spectators arrived in droves to watch the action. Keane was shocked and hauled down the stage, taking back a full 13 seconds out of Damso's lead. But the Somerset West driver still has 36 seconds in hand. Van Niekerk and Rueda are still at it hammer and tongs. The Pretoria driver scorching through the stage to stop the clocks at 14 minutes and 45 seconds. Can the Sasol Mitsubishi driver take any time off Van Niekerk? Rueda speeds through the stage, but is he quick enough? Keep your eye right on the clock. Rueda has lost another 6 seconds to Van Niekerk, and just 5 stages remain, now 16 seconds away from his coveted 4th place. Gemmel and Olivier meanwhile are more than a minute ahead of the chasing N4 cars in a comfortable podium place, if he gets to the end. Nicholas Ryan is still mystified by his relative lack of pace, setting the 6th fastest time. Theken is comfortably ahead in Class A7 with JP well off the pace in Stage 12, having to contend with punctures on both left-hand wheels. Not quite what you need when you're fighting a rearguard action. Tony Ball and Barry White retired their Bulwer Park Volkswagen Golf with a cracked cross member. Another disappointing rally. In spite of showing the scars of their day one roll, Adrian Koth and Rikus Fourie are running strongly in their NetConnect VW Golf. The big loser in stage 12, Claudio Piazzamusso and Janine Labuschagne grinding to a halt. As the dejected crew ruse their fortunes, Claudio explains what happened.
It was really a sad story. We were going very well, we were leading the class. We took more time off the guys on the first stage again today. So it looked good. Also for an overall position, we were beating the Group A cars in front of us in some of the stages. So yeah, and we got into the 20k stage now. We almost got to the end of the stage, 600 meters from the end. Crown wheel and pinion let go, so we got absolutely no traction. And that's it. We're out of the rally, and pity because I think we could have won this one quite comfortably.
And what are your thoughts about losing the lead?
Not nice. I'd rather be sweating in the car and battling away.
And where did that dent on Wilkins Runx come from?
We were pushing a bit hard in that stage, and we just came through a sort of very fast uphill section that was quite rough, and as we went through a few rocks, the car sort of went airborne, and as it compressed, we hit another sump rock, and it just threw the car in the air. And the moment I regained control, I was running next to the road, and I mean, we tried to get it back, but the car just sort of slid off the road, and that was us.
We'd had a really good stage up to there. First 7Ks, really committed, putting, I think it was a competitive time, and yeah, as luck would have it, came around a bend, clipped a little small rock outcrop, and that was us off the side of the road. And could have been even worse, and JP in the team total car did a very similar thing to us and almost landed on top of us. So could have been worse. The car's fortunately not badly damaged, so they can get it ready nicely for the next race. But yeah, disappointing. We were hoping we were in a good fight with JP particularly, and needed the stage Ks, I suppose. It's one of those disappointments, but fortunately also we were a bit lucky. You know, it's a forest, so there's lots of big trees around, and managed to miss all of those. And as I say, the car's not badly damaged, and fortunately we're okay.
And we're glad too, guys. With 5 stages to go, the leaderboard had some new faces. And 2 new names popped up on the class leaders. Williams taking over in N3 and Dolf Coetzee ahead in Class A5.